Denton Florian, your awesome resident. And thank you all for showing up and being here today. Great day, beautiful day to be here. If you're not in line, please get in line and get your lunch so we can get started. We have a pretty full schedule today. And I'd like to thank Nick, were you the greeter today? Thank Nick. Round of applause for Nick here. And I would like to ask Maria Pilos to come up and give us our invitation and our pledge. Maria.
Hey, how are you guys doing today? Good to see everybody for this annual meeting. And I would like to start off by giving some gratitude and honor that we have today for all the people and accomplishments of the year and just being together. So I have a poem that I'd like to read from a friend of mine's 24-year-old daughter that she wrote yesterday. And it is a poem about gratitude and hope. And she is now 2 weeks out from brain surgery. So she wrote this poem yesterday. The sutures are gone, the wound is closed. By mercy's hand, I've been composed. The pain still comes, but doesn't rain. God walks with me through every strain. And in the hush of healing's hour, he proves again his quiet power. A leaf of peace, a breath, a prayer. His presence meets me everywhere. The road ahead is his to show, and I will follow where he goes. So this was written yesterday by 24-year-old Sakura Turner, who had surgery at Duke Hospital 2 weeks ago. So now, just taking it on in a real great way. So now, let's do the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now to the Texas flag.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you. You may be seated.
Education is the foundation of opportunity, and the Rotary Club of Woodlands has funded over $1 million in scholarships for local high school seniors and Lone Star College students. Additionally, we help hundreds of young people carry the village to brighter futures by sponsoring 8 high school interactive clubs, one of them being the second largest in the world. Our teams have built hundreds of beds so that no kid sleeps on the floor in our town. We also provided a residential duplex for young adults aging out of the foster care system so they can have a safe place to call home and learn important life skills. For families facing medical challenges, we offer more than just shelter. We provide peace of mind. Rotary House has given patients and their loved ones a welcoming place to stay while receiving medical care in the Women's Medical Center.
Rotary House has hosted families and patients for thousands of nights since its beginning, saving them some $250,000 in lodging expenses.
We want them to be at home here, so our goal is to just for the homework to be their home away from home. I've noticed when some of the guests that check in, they seem a little down versus when they check out. And it's like they have a glow about themselves.
We're eternally grateful for the generosity that the Rotary Club provided.
Because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have been able to see them every day.
Rotary House has truly saved lives by providing a comfortable home away from home for patients and their families.
A meal and a smile is a gesture of love. Our members proudly deliver meals to elderly residents in our area and work with the Montgomery County Food Bank to ensure that no one in our community goes hungry. This year, the Senate of the State of Texas issued a proclamation commending the guidance and encouragement by mentoring in public schools, providing presents for less fortunate children during the holidays, and by regularly donating blood. This fall, our club was recognized by the Gulf Coast Regional Blood Center for donating 250 gallons of blood, saving over 6,000 lives. And Rotarians in the Woodlands work around the world, building stoves in schools in Guatemala, and helping to completely eradicate polio. For half a century, the Rotary Club of the Woodlands has stood for service, compassion, and community. With your support, we will continue to build a brighter future. Here's to 15 years of impact, and to the countless lives we will continue to touch. Together, we're making our community better.
For those of you who may not have seen that, that's the video that we showed at our gala this year. And I hope we'll be able to use that a lot, because we didn't put anything in it that would date it. So we have that on our YouTube channel. I'll talk a little bit about that later. And we'll be able to incorporate that into our website and some of our other social media things. Boy, the year goes by quick, doesn't it? I say the days are long, but the years are short. And I think that's true. I wanted to look back. I wanted to thank you all for being here today. I want to thank you all for being Rotarians. And I wanted to just take a brief look back at some of what we've done this year, some of the speakers that we've had. We had our annual address by Dan Hannon, which was very uplifting and inspiring. We had our football coaches come. Everybody enjoys hearing about the upcoming football season in August. And they gave a great presentation. We also had some of our local governmental leaders, our elected officials that have come. State Senator Brandon Creighton, you'll recall. U.S. Representative Dan Crenshaw came and spoke with us. The local leaders, we had Dr. Ann Snyder gave a compelling presentation on the Woodlands and what our situation is with taxes and values and education and all kinds of things. And I think everybody was impressed, genuinely, truly impressed. We heard about the township again more recently, but anyway you slice it, we live in a great place. And I'm very proud of the leaders that we've had. My friend Robert Kane, he's the chief engineer on the Orion project at NASA. You may recall he was telling us all about going to Mars and what it takes to get to Mars. There's about 10,000 different things that have to go right, or you have a very bad day. And so I thought that was very interesting. Robert's a great guy, and he was glad to come up. We had my friend Lee Jameson, who I commissioned to do a number of paintings for the Sam Houston documentary. He lives in Huntsville. He's a renowned Texas artist that has done work for George H.W. Bush and people all over the world. Really, he has work currently hanging at the Texas State Capitol. He's done some big, just finished a big, beautiful mural project in Huntsville. Downtown Huntsville, you can drop in and see. There's time for looking up on the internet. You can see what it looks like on Facebook. Additionally, Craig Campobella, another local artist who's done so much sculpture in Conroe and even in our community here in the Woodlands. You know, the statue of Stephen F. Austin and Jose Antonio Navarro that's on Lakefront Circle. He did that. He did the golden gilded Texas Lady Liberty in Conroe. He's done, right now he's working on a statue of Jimmy Rogers, who founded country music. He did a full-size statue of Marty Stewart, the country Western Hall of Fame mandolin player, and Marty got him to do this one day's work on Jimmy Rogers. Nobody's done anything on Jimmy Rogers. You may not even recognize his name. He's the person who was credited with starting country music. We had Judge Jimmy Edwards, Vietnam veteran, come, and his legacy project is the Veterans Memorial Monument in Conroe. It's right there on the corner of I-45 and Highway 105. He's been working on this for years and years, and he's still at it. He's not going to quit. He's kind of he's a typical Marine. They're going to get it done, come hell or high water. And he's running both, but he's going to have a very fine monument there for our community. Aaron Cox, one of our Rotarians, is the president and CEO of the Woodlands Chamber of Commerce. Aaron's here. Go ahead, Aaron. you want to plug in, you're in the right place. I really enjoyed the talk that we had on baseball, leadership in baseball. If you recall that one, I'm not a huge baseball aficionado in a rapid sense, but I love a good game and I do enjoy the sport. And I thought it was interesting what he had to say about the sport of baseball. And the Woodlands crowd came close. This one, didn't it? There it is. It's already up there. I'm sorry. They sang to us at Christmas. You remember right before Christmas, we're dark in December, but they came and blessed us with some of their music. And then my friend Chad Smith he's on the board of the San Jacinto Monument. They recently received about $143 million, which where I come from, that's a lot of money. My understanding is they have more coming in. I don't know how much, but suffice it to say it's a substantial project in our community, the greater Houston area, to refurbish the San Jacinto Monument and its grounds. That's going to be a magnificent thing. They're creating they're building a 30,000 square foot visitor center with a restaurant and gift shops and all that kind of stuff. And I can't wait for that to be done. You may know the Alamo has got a $500 million renovation going on right now, as well as one in Washington, Nebraska. So thankfully, Texas has decided that our history needs some support, and those things are happening. As far as our club, let me tell you some of the things that this club is involved in and that we've been doing the past year. Natalie Sikowski-Gertz has relaunched our mentoring operation at Haley Elementary School. We had this, it was going strong until COVID. When COVID hit, we had to stop, as everybody did, and we relaunched that, and we've talked at length in previous meetings about how that impacts lives, what a difference that makes to young children. And I'm proud to say that our club is at work over there, not just mentoring and whatever the teacher needs to do, teaching them how to read, teaching them, helping them with their math, whatever. But we're supporting them as well with some of the financial contributions that we get when we do our blessings and brags. Maybe people stand up with $1 and mention that again later. That money all goes to Haley Elementary School. Maybe a child needs a pair of shoes or something, and we'll take care of that. Our Interact kids, what do we do, John? 20,000 meals? We're done 20,000 meals. Our Interact kids, we have the largest number of Interact students in the United States, second largest in the world, one of our clubs, and they packed over 20,000 meals one Saturday. It was an amazing thing. I was there, enjoyed being there. We are involved, speaking of meals, in Meals on Wheels. We always need more volunteers for that. You can handle a couple more guys doing Michael. If you would be interested in delivering some Meals on Wheels, then contact Michael Moore and he will plug you in. They're a great way to serve our community. We've been involved with the Montgomery County Food Bank. And we also, my intention was to get $1 out there. That would probably know. So it was $14,000. $14,000 in scholarships we gave this year to high school students and others for education. That's always been a priority in this club. It's always going to be a priority in this club. And $14,000 is a big help with the cost of education today. We help the YMCA with our drag show races. What a fun event that is. And we had not just, the boats and the race itself, but, there were some games that we all got to play, and a little warm out there, but that's okay. Guatemala is with us today. What a magnificent outreach that was to people in foreign lands who need our help. There was an English academy there that we helped build some classrooms, I think, and we built stoves for people's homes. These are, imagine if you live in a, I don't know how to describe it, a small room, a hut or something, and you cook indoors. Imagine not just the heat, but the ashes and the, whatever's floating around in the air. And we built some stoves that can pipe all of that material outside, so they're not breathing it inside. What an incredible increase to their quality of life that is, and they told us about it, and we're very appreciative. And we will try to, we're going to see, we have an effort right now, we're investigating going back down there again. I would love to see that happen, and I expect it probably will. But thank you for all the people that went to Guatemala. Here's a few more pictures. Beautiful country. I've been to Guatemala, I've been to the airport in Guatemala. I should qualify that. I've never actually driven around the country. That's different, but I hope several of us get to go. On July the 4th, our nation had a birthday, and we were able to celebrate that in our local parade. We rented one of the trolleys in Woodlands and drove around and got to spread the joy, talk about Rotary. Teresa made us stop and do like one of those fire drill things where we get out and we point at the clock and everything. There was law enforcement involved, and I think we got Teresa out of jail after a couple of days. It was her fault. We threw her under the bus, but we had a great day. You don't have any lines, Teresa. Just smile and nod. As Don Rickles would say. Rotary House. We have some guests here today that have helped with this effort that we're going to celebrate. Imagine living someplace else and you have to come here for medical care, and you have to be here for 2 or 3 months. Imagine what those bills look like. And I'm proud to say that Rotary House has taken that burden off an awful lot of people. That's one less thing they have to worry about. They're dealing with things I hope none of us in this room ever have to deal with. And that's that financial piece. We can relieve that, and that's what Rotary House is all about. We had a wonderful gala. How many of us were at the gala this year? Oh, good. Good. Number of hands. We thank you, Teresa. Thank you, Ian Wolford. Thank you for all those that put together the gala. We celebrated Julie Martineau. And what a wonderful icon of Montgomery County that Julie is. It's high time that we celebrated that. Do what? He's laughing with you. Some of the feedback we got on that, though, genuinely, because we've been keeping feedback and how do we do it better, how do we do it different, how do we tweak it. And the feedback that we got this year, there were people unprompted who came up and said, that is the best gala I've ever been to in the Woodlands. Which wasn't, hey, y'all did a good job this year. They said, wow, that was really spectacularly done. And Ian and Teresa and their team pulled that off. And so, hats off to them. Our evening of elegance, did not mean to skip over Brittany, Zika, Teresa, and Brittany. Thank you for pulling that off and working so hard on that. Our committee, if you're a member of the evening of elegance committee, would you just stand up? You're on that committee, stand up. I have learned more about pulling off a gala in the last couple of years than I ever thought I would know. It takes a lot. It takes almost a year of planning, and there are 1,000 moving parts to that. And so the people who put that together for our club generated the money that we need to do everything else that we do. So it's hard to overstate the importance of their work. So I want to make sure they're thanked appropriately for that. We had also an Into the Woods vampire ball that benefited Yes to Youth. And I was here for that. Very little and I were here. What a spectacular success that was. Thank you, Devin. And we are making a contribution out of that to Yes to Youth. And I'm going to speak about them again here in a moment. But another activity that we did was RILA, Rotary Youth Leadership Awakening. How many kids we had there, John? We took 21, and how many were there? And the whole thing, 1,000? 200? Okay. Andres says 280, so about almost 10% of them were our kids. And they came back just immediately because it was a summer camp type thing for them. It was a very, very much of a mountaintop experience for them, where they were taught leadership, taught communication. They had a lot of fun. We sent 21 kids from our community to that growth experience. And I was able to go to that. It was fabulous. Bob Shucker, I didn't see him walk in. Dr. Bob Shucker put together a book of our club that summarizes may not be the right word, but it's a book, a coffee table book about our club from its inception up to this time, up to today. We have a copy of this book in our time capsule. And if you did not get a copy and you would like a copy, there are still some copies available. And I forgot how much they are. They're 30 or 40 bucks or something like that. But it's beautiful photography, and it's a great way to capture the history of our club. That we put one in the time capsule. Future clubs will find a fantastic resource because Bob had to hunt all that stuff down from all the different sources that were scattered around and gathered and put in one place. So thank you, Dr. Bob, for that. We took a survey. I'm always curious what people are reading. A group like this, leaders like yourselves, people that make things happen and that are involved. I want to know what books you're reading myself. So we did a survey. We generated a list. We got like out of 150 or 200. I don't know how many it was, but it was a lot. And so we were going to do 50 books for 50 years. And we had way too much for that. So we expanded it to 100. And if you would like to see that list, it's on our website. And you can click on the link and it will take you to the PowerPoint presentation. And there's even a link by each book. There's a picture of the book jacket. There's a summary of what the book is about. And there's a link if you want to go buy a copy. Every conceivable topic is covered. Everything from science to nature to business, to, you name it, novels of various kinds. So it's a wonderful book. And Barnes & Noble thought so much of it, they dedicated a book table for us. And everybody that went into Barnes & Noble for the month of May got to see our book table. And one of the people that saw it was the governor of Texas, or his office. And they said, wow, that's very cool. They saw it on social media, I found out, because I called them and said, thanks. How'd you find out about this? And they said, well, we saw it on social media. So they started looking around our Facebook page and looking around our website and everything, and they issued us a proclamation from the governor saying, congratulations on 50 years of great work. And so I had one copy of that. They sent me a second copy, which is also in our time capsule. YouTube, we have a YouTube channel now. And this video that you just watched is going to be on there. Other videos of different events that we have, anything that we care to produce, we have one source where we can go to, we can pull from. These videos can go on social media, they can go on our website, whatever we would like. I'm glad to have that. And we initiated a blessings and brags type thing. Now let me say this. This money goes to Haley. And the idea, the concept of this, a lot of clubs do this, or they do something, they call it something else, but they do something very similar. The idea is at the end of the meeting, you stand up, hold up $1, and this should take about 10 seconds. Not 3 minutes, certainly not 10 minutes, but this is not your life story. This is, hey, my kid graduated, I got a new grandbaby, I retired, whatever. But it ought to be very quick so that we can get a lot of people. And we take all those dollars, and Natalie keeps we started something called the President's Toast. And this, I hope, goes on. This is at the end of the year where the past presidents get together and they have a toast to everything that has just taken place and a blessing to the new president, what's about to happen in the next 12 months. And we had our first one last month. I forgot what day, or maybe the day's right here. Okay, May 25th. That's when we did it. May 25th. And so anyway, it's just a fun thing for the ex-presidents to do, and I hope they continue. Judy did a magnificent job with our endowment, our centennial endowment, where we collected $10,000 that we're going to put away for 50 years. And in 50 years, we will take 75% of the forward of that trust and let Rotary let some instructions for them. They will distribute that in the form of scholarships and whatever else they want to do. We'll take the remaining 25% and let that ride for another 50 years. And 100 years from now, that's going to be $5.5 million. So we've done some great things to help the future of this club downstream from us. We're going to leave behind something wonderful. All of your names, all of you that contributed to this, whether it's $50 or $500, your name is on the certificates, which are in the time capsule, to let the people in the future know where this money came from. And we have some special certificates that were personalized for people that gave a substantial amount of money over and above what we were asking for. So there will be the Sally Smith Centennial Scholarship, and they will get a letter from Sally Smith and anything else he or she wanted to say about themselves. I think that's very cool. And 100 years from now, they'll have there'll be a Cecil Centennial Scholarship for 150th anniversary. As I said, we put those all in a time capsule. And Jim McDaniel, resident architectural genius, created a design for a time capsule, and a bunch of us went out there the last couple of days and we dug a hole and created a time capsule. Or something close to that. Is that fair, Jim? Fair way to say it. It's beautiful. This is at Tufton Elementary School, honoring one of our charter members. Bruce Tufton is with us today. His father, Colson, who recently passed away, was a member of our club. And we put this time capsule on the grounds of the elementary school named after Colson. There's a ton of stuff in there. And I promise you that time capsule is going to be there 500 years from now. If they just leave it alone and they don't mess with it, they're going to need a jackhammer to get into that thing. It was a professional job. It's gorgeous, and thank you, Jim, for all of your work making that happen, designing it, and all the team that went out there, and Gower. Yeah, the whole team. Jim, Gower, and Andres was out there a little bit. John Sanderson was out there. Todd was out there. I don't want to leave anybody off, but we had a number of people that went out there, and that is a true legacy thing that's going to be with us for a long time. How am I doing? Oh boy, I'm racing. I'm going to speed it up here. We've launched a speakers bureau, and our club has so much talent in it. We need to make that talent available to the community. I frankly don't know how much this will get used, but I like the idea of having it. I like the idea of making ourselves available as a resource to the community on whatever topic you happen to be an expert in. We have a number of people who have said yes, they would agree to speak if somebody tapped our club for a talk. And so if you would like to participate in that, there's room for you, and we'd love to have you. We were recognized, I'm going to start moving here faster because we need to. We were recognized by the Woodlands Township. Our club was recognized by Conroe Independent School District. Our club was recognized by Yes to Youth. We are their, what do they call that? They named us their community honoree. Their community honoree this year. And the person that they honored was our own Bill Malone, retired ExxonMobil executive. And so our club is well recognized both personally and corporately by Yes to Youth this year. Christine Chapman was named as the Woman of Distinction. Round of applause. was certainly not a need for anything, but we're on the right track. The trend is going in the right direction, and we're getting recognized. Whether we know it or not, we are. That was a wonderful thing to get from the governor, so it's very special. So at this time, I would like to ask Teresa Wagner to come up, and we have some new members that we're going to get in our club. Take it away, Teresa.
Very good, thank you. It's amazing all that we've accomplished in 50 years and then all that we've accomplished in 1 year. And so as our new members join us today, I hope you don't feel pressure to do too much, but we welcome you with open arms and look forward to all of the things that you will bring to our club. So, would our inductees and their sponsors please come forward? Come to my left, please. My left. All right, good afternoon, fellow Rotarians and guests. In honor of time today, I will take the advice of our illustrious member, past President Don Sturman. I will keep it short. Again, I'm Teresa Wagner, past president of the Rotary Club of the Woodlands, and it's my privilege to welcome you to one of the most meaningful traditions in our club and in Rotary, our new member induction ceremony. This moment is not just about welcoming new faces, it's about expanding our circle of service and strengthening the heart of our club. Today we proudly welcome 4 outstanding individuals who are ready to share in the Rotary's mission of service above self. Today we induct Maria Pilos, J.J. Amell, Regina Raymond, and Pepe Gardenas. Each of you has been chosen for membership in this club because your fellow members believe you to be in your respective vocations, leaders, and because you possess the qualities, head and heart, for imparting the message of Rotary to all of those you encounter. As you know, Rotary is a global network of 1.2 billion business and professional leaders united in service. With over 35,000 Rotary clubs in more than 200 countries and territories, you are truly joining a worldwide organization committed to making a difference. So, to our inductees, the honor and privilege of Rotary membership comes with important responsibilities. You are expected to attend club meetings and events regularly, participate in community service activities, use your time and talents to uphold and further our mission, and live by the Rotary 4-way test of the things we think, say, and do. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendship? And will it be beneficial to all concerned? And of course, for our club, is it fun? The 4-way test is so essential to our club that we recite it together at the conclusion of every meeting. And we encourage you to make it a part of your daily life as a Rotarian. So, at this time, I invite your sponsors to affix the Rotary International pins to your lapels. And please remember, these pins are a symbol of your membership and the commitment to the ideals of Rotary. Please wear them proudly. Members of the Rotary Club of the Woodlands, do you pledge your support to Maria, JJ, Regina, and Pepe
as new members of our club? And will you make a commitment to welcome them warmly and help them become actively involved in our club's service and fellowship? If so, please say, we will.
We will.
All right. Congratulations to our newest members and welcome.
Congratulations, thank you all. And thank you, Teresa. Is Kim for you here? All right, Walter, come on up. Walter is going to give a very special vocational service award to a person in our community that's been a point person on the success of one of our biggest programs. Walter, come on up.
Thank you, Denton. Yes, Kim was out of town today, so she asked me to serve for her. My name is Walter Cook. I'm on the board of the Rotary House in Woodlands. And I'm very pleased today to honor, along with you, our partners in Rotary House, and that is Homewood Suites in Woodlands. I cannot tell you what a pleasure it is to work with Homewood Suites. They take care of housing our patients and dealing with check-in and check-out. They provide free shuttle service to doctor's appointments, to hospital appointments. They are a true blessing to this endeavor. And there's three ladies today I'd like to introduce. I think we've done it before, but we ought to do it again. First of all, we have Courtney Ellis, the general manager. Wave your hand. Sierra Wilson, who's the front office manager. And our honoree today, Donna Schreidka, who is the sales manager. Maybe I deal with almost on a daily basis. I'm the guy that gets to review the applications and determine if a person is eligible for our lodging assistance. And I can tell you, Kim handles the communication with Homewood Suites. And some days we're canceling, we're extending, we're canceling, we're reserving. It takes quite a bit to keep up with the changes that occur because people's treatment patterns are always changing, it seems. But today, Don is being awarded the Vocational Service Award. Vocational Service Award is an award we give to a non-Rotarian who has exemplified service above self in their daily work life capacity. And that lady and the other ladies, Donna and the rest of the team at Homewood Suites, certainly fulfill that criteria. So I'd like now to honor Donna and Courtney and Tiara with the Vocational Service Award.
Thank you all so much. A program like Rotary House doesn't happen without you all, and you are genuinely appreciated. We are also honoring some Paul Harris Fellows today, and we want to recognize those whose commitment to Rotary's ideals has earned them the distinguished honor of being a Paul Harris Fellow. This recognition is named after Rotary's founder, Paul Harris. It's bestowed in appreciation of substantial contributions to the Rotary Foundation. Now, some of these recipients are wearing pins that are adorned or will be wearing with one or more sapphire, blue stones, and some have ruby stones, which of course are red. And these signify additional levels of giving beyond the initial Paul Harris Fellow recognition. Each blue stone represents $1,000 contribution to the Rotary Foundation, and while the red stones mark even higher levels of sustained giving. These symbols are more than decorative. They represent an enduring dedication to Rotary's mission of advancing peace, health, and education around the world. So if you would please join me in welcoming these people to the front. Kay Van Vannen, Judy Olson, Stephen Hart, Stephen Hamilton, C.J. Haynes, Jeff Beard, Marcel Ulrichs, Steve Wolford, Tom Boak, Lynn Horn, Debbie Klein, Jeff Early, Ann Wolford, and Norm Parrish. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for coming up. There are several that are not here today, but Stephen Hart, I'd like to give you that. You're very welcome. And that's okay. I'm trying to keep them straight to see which one's right. Steve Wolford. You can get that. This has one blue sapphire designation on it. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Ian. I'm trying to see who all's here. Kay Van Vannen has 5 blue sapphires. Wow. Thank you. And Judy Olson has 2 red rubies on hers. Steve, maybe yours.
Just like rehearsals.
This is live TV, folks. That happens, right? Thank you, David. Thank you all for all of your contributions to Rotary. You know what?
I know, like, okay.
Give 'em more.
And I am so sorry about that. Ann Wolford is a Paul Harris Fellow, bar none. I will personally deliver your pen to you. A round of applause. There are some people that don't need it, don't ask for it, but it's absolutely going to be given. They're critical to this club. I've already talked about it again in her monumental effort for Galen. Nobody's more deserving than Ann. Thank you so much, Ann. Okay, at this point, I would like to, these are your 2024-25 Board of Directors up here, and I would like to ask each of the board members, I'll call your names up, if you would come up, and we have certificates to give out to the people on your committees to recognize their contributions this year. And the first one is the board member over Club Service 1, Frank Geisler.
Okay.
All right. Club Service 1, so we're over essentially making the meetings run as they do and behind the scenes type of thing. So when I call your name, if you want to come up here, if you are present, Evan Berlin, Brian Kane, Debbie Klein, Val Brown, Sean Thompson's already up here, Jim Fredericks, see Jim, Brooklyn Williams, and she's here. Okay, Evan Berlin. So when Evan is not chairing every gala, he's booking all of the wonderful speakers that Denton reviewed earlier this year. So all of our wonderful speakers and programs that we have every week. It's thanks to heaven. Thank you, Heaven. So I don't know if this is a evidence of good leadership or just dumb luck. So Brian Kane, he's not here today. Typically has been handling our website duties and so forth, but when you've got two other board members that have talent, you make sure that they do that. And these two, Debbie Klein and Gower Brown, certainly stepped up to the plate and completely overhauled our website and social media. So Ben was talking about the social media presence that we have. Very much thanks to these two, Debbie Klein and Gower Brown. And Sean Thompson, who we see every day. Literally, the meetings would not happen without Sean. He's our AV guy. Make sure everything runs. He streams it live on Facebook. He wears many hats, even larger ones. So Sean, thank you for all you do week in and week out. Sean's finally in the picture.
That's a good one.
I will mention Jim Fredericks. He's not here today, but we were able to coax him out of his publicity retirement. He's got tremendous experience in editorial and so forth. Then talked about all the great publicity we've had this year, and wouldn't have been able to accomplish that without Jim and putting out press releases and so forth. So, Jim, if you're listening, thank you. All right, and Reverend Williams, you all see her name. She sends out the emails every week, making sure. But she's instrumental to our week in, week out operation at this club. So, Reverend, thank you. Next is Club Service 2.
Yeah. Thank you, Craig. Second is Debbie Klein, who is board member over Club Service 2. And I'm going to ask Debbie to come up and recognize all the great people who did fine work volunteering on her committees. Debbie.
Here we go. Okay. The cruise ship for the 50th anniversary is coming into port now. And we're coming in and ending our year. But we had some fun, and that's what's important. So I'd like to go ahead and call up Teresa Wagaman.
She was here. She ran away. She ran away.
Can I call up Teresa Wagaman? Lisa Benoit's not here. Cindy Heider is not here. She's a gentle lady. Cindy Schroeder is not here. Oh, there's Cindy. There's Ralph is not here. Patrick. Patrick here.
Sure.
Okay, so Teresa was a great help with our family of Rotary. So there are times when some of our family, more Rotary family, or extended family has some challenges, and so Teresa make sure that we recognize them and we support them. So thank you.
You like good stuff too.
Like Nick's new grandbaby. Yeah. And then Lisa Benoit is the one that sends out the section prayer. I think I'll get that to her. Cindy Heiser's in Italy right now, but she was real helpful in a lot of stuff, especially with but Ralph helped with some of our coffee clubs that we have on the third Thursday. So, and the other person that helped host in my absence was Patrick Reardon. That great was. So, thank you guys. And we're gonna, I'm club servicing 2 again this next year, so we're gonna have even more fun with retiring the boat years. Thank you.
Thank you, Debbie. Thanks to all of you. Community Service 1, Michael Moore. Michael, come on up.
All right, thank you, sir. All right, it's my great opportunity to serve in community service to everyone. This year, it was a lot of fun, enjoyed it, and I look forward to doing it again next year. As I call your name, well, first of all, for those who are unaware, because Service Area 1, my responsibility was basically to get everyone the thing that they pretty much need and to stay out of their way and just let them do their job. And I'm a big believer that when you recruit somebody to do something, let them do it and get the heck out of the way. So I think I did an excellent job this year staying out of the way. So as I call your name, would you please come up for the blood drive, Stephen Bob. Serving our seniors, Lynn Moore. Marathon Cheer, Stephen Pop. And Food Bear, Leslie Custom. No? Oh man, you all by yourself. All right, before I let you go, if you ever sign up, Stephen does an awesome job. He's a one-man wrecking crew. But I will tell you, if you ever sign up, you're in for life. I got an email, and I was like, well, I just signed up for one time. And they were like, no, every quarter. So, awesome job with that. Really appreciate it. So. I would also mention, even though Jaime is not here, he does an awesome job with lining up the Meals on Wheels. I've totally enjoyed that, and I also recruit to help with that. And this past year, we recruited a couple of new drivers. And if you don't know, it usually takes me about 45 minutes to deliver between 10 and 12 meals. And the joy that I get is simply once you knock on those doors and those individuals come to the door, they're so happy to receive this service. And so if you're a red bagger and you're looking for something to do, we're trying to develop a waiting list just in case our main drivers don't make it. We can always have extra to just plug in on some of those days in case someone is out on vacation or what have you. So we would love to have more, and I hope I won't get in trouble, but I've been adding people without his knowledge. I always run him by him, but he gives it okay. So I would like to recognize Matt still here. Matt is one of those drivers. I want to ask you to come up, Matt. I know you have a cast on your foot there, but he helps drive, and it's been a lot of fun. Kim helps drive as well, and myself. So we try to divvy these up between everyone and make sure that it's not an overburden, but at least you get the experience of taking that opportunity to go out and visit. And so it's been awesome. So thank you.
All right. Okay, thank you, Michael. Next, Christine Chapman, who is board member overseeing Community Service 2. Come on, Christine.
Good afternoon. Community Service 2 is the fun group. We get to do all sorts of fun things. We do Dragon Boat, which is just crazy. Everybody gets to get nerdy, get competitive, and show their spirit. And then we also do the senior holiday luncheon for our seniors, which someone in this room gets to dress up as Santa, and he knows who he is because he does it every year for us. And then also we have the Veterans Luncheon and the bell ringing for the Salvation Army. So we've got, and one other final thing, which is kind of one of our secrets. For Haley Elementary, we also do the literacy program. So I want to recognize those people that have been helping us with that. If you will come up here when I say your name, I greatly appreciate it. For Dragon Boat, we have the lead is Gower Brown, and with his help, he's been doing that for the last couple of years and does a wonderful job, not only dressing up as the dragon, but getting everybody crazy with a whole bunch of noisemakers, and we made a lot, we've got a dragon this year, so woo-hoo! We gotta beat that next year. Paul Rory, who's not here, and Thomas Campia also helped him with that. The literacy program, Jennifer Applegate does this all on her own. She does a wonderful job making sure that there's enough books for Haley, getting with the librarian and getting those books, and then of course having people sign those that come and speak each week. And we present those to Haley Elementary. We have the Salvation Army bell ringer. Ralph Schroeder's done that forever. He's up in Vancouver, so he's now with us, being able to be with us today. He has been doing that forever. We are sunsetting that program as of this year, so we will not be doing it any longer. It's just not become something that we can get enough volunteers to kind of uphold it. So we're looking for something to put in its place. But with that, Wolfgang Mans and Brad Bargolis has all helped with that. And of course, the Senior Holiday Luncheon, Paul Rory is our chair on that one with Nicholas Gabriel helping out as well. And then of course we have the Veterans Day Luncheon, Michael Moore, who has a huge committee. He's done a wonderful job and been doing that for years for us, with Val Rupp, Ruby Rojas, Rob Eisler, Todd Bryant, Jim Fredericks, and David Trayvon. So give them all a hand, they've done a wonderful job.
You can't hide.
Right? That's right.
I'm always being called on the carpet.
Thank you so much for your help.
Thank you, everybody, so far. We're going to run a little bit long today, but it's a big day. Natalie Sankowski-Gertz, the board member over vocational services. Come on, a big round of applause for Natalie.
Thank you, my friend. Okay, so with vocational services, we have just a couple people that roll up. So, can you scroll back? Oh, it's me.
Yeah, Dungeon's on it today.
So I think you do all of our Student of the Year and Teacher of the Year, and you put in a lot of time. So thank you for your commitment to that. I know they enjoy receiving those awards. If you want to come on up. And then I know Wolfgang, he is over vocational services. He is out of town. And then Andres, thank you for all that you've done to help launch Rotaract and get that off the ground. And now you have grown it so much that you were able to pass the baton to the next person. So thank you, gentlemen, for all of your commitment. I know that what you do is very appreciated by our club and by all of us. And you might have spoken, so thank you.
John Sanderson over Youth Services. Come on up, John.
I believe that's pronounced youth services. Youth. All right, so in youth services, that's what I was told it was this year. Just like Michael, I felt like I was the conductor, raised up the wand, and then everybody just took it away. I didn't even have to do any motions, anything. Let me go ahead and recognize those that helped out significantly with Ryla. We have Todd Bryant. He was kind enough to ride on the bus with us. Kim Fryu, I understand she's not here today. She was very instrumental in putting all of Ryla together, all the students. Helped us with the applications. Michael Moore, if you guys could come up. Christy Hamlin, I haven't seen her here today. And Denton Florian, I'd like to recognize Denton. He was a good bus rider. He was chewing gum a little bit too much, but and taking a nap. Jim Houston. I didn't see Jim. Okay, that's our Ryla. And then also, let me go ahead and thank those for the Interact. Bill Freeball. Thank you. Come on up. Don't be afraid. Patrick Reardon. Kevin Berlin. Julie Engler. Matt Botteroff. He's the man. He helped me with youth services this year. Randy Upton. Paco Rivera. Teresa Wagner. Lynn Horn. And Nick Gabriel. Thank you so much to all of those who are doing that and Ryla.
Yeah, he took a long.
It's true.
Thank you. And Gower Brown was in charge of leading RA this year, Rotary After Hours. As you know, not everybody can come on Thursday lunch, so we have another group that meets on Tuesdays, first and third Tuesdays in the afternoon. And Gower was in charge of that. Gower, come on up.
I'd like to point out, I told Denton earlier this morning, I was like, I'm going to keep this to 2 sentences, and then it's like, no, you can say a lot more than that, and we're now like 10 after 1. So you're getting the full thing I wrote up here. As you may be aware, the Rotary Club of Woodlands offers multiple meeting times, with Rotary After Hour meetings held twice monthly on Tuesday evenings. Rotary After Hours relies on both the support of our members and the community as a whole. I would like to take a moment to thank everyone for their incredible support of Rotary After Hours over the past year. As a newcomer to Rotary, I deeply appreciated the encouragement you all have shown. I've deeply appreciated, shown not only to Rotary After Hours, but to my role as chair. I wish to especially recognize those who went the extra mile with their support, and if they can come forward at the moment. That includes Emmy, Andres, Jennifer, and Zipporah, but I think Andres is the only one here at today. I also wish to thank the businesses that have hosted Rotary After Hours meetings. These include Black Walnut, Omi Kali Cafe, the Goose's Acre, the Woodlands Marriott, Nico Nico's, the Casino, La Cocina de Roberto. And most notably Jesse and the wonderful staff at the tournament course at the Woodlands Country Club. I'm excited to lead Rotary After Hours again in the coming year and continue to building upon the momentum that we've gathered together. So, with no further ado, I shall give Andres his special recognition here.
Hey, thank you, Cal. Thank you for all that work on the website and the time capsule. Felipe Suarez is out of the country, so I told him I would cover this for him. I would like to recognize Dr. Kevin Gaffney and Julie Martineau. Dr. Gaffney for his work on keeping us informed about polio. Polio Plus, as you know, our effort is to stamp out polio worldwide. We're close, but we're not there yet. And Julie, come on up, Julie. Julie has been the one who's handled our global district grant. Okay, thank you, Julie. I would also like to mention Steve Lewine and David Zimmerman, both posthumously, who we lost this year. Steve was in charge of the Rotary International Foundation and the World Community Service. David Zimmerman, Rotary Ambassadorial Scholarships. Two giants of this club. Steve hadn't been a member very long, a short while compared to so many others, but wow, what a dynamo that guy was. And I'd like to be sure to mention them and let you all know what they did on the international side. At this time, I'd like to, if you're a board member, would you come up, please? This is Todd Bryant, Sergeant of Arms, John Kelly, Treasurer, Matt Bottorff, Secretary, Will Warren, Membership, Kay Fannin, Past President, Cindy is out of the country, our President-elect, and then, of course, you have myself. But I got you all something. These are the people that make the trains run. These are the people that make this whole thing happen. So I want to say how much I appreciate your friendship, mostly your friendship, and the trust, the leadership that all of you exhibited. You made my job pretty easy. So I'd like to get a picture with all of them, and then I have a little present for each one of them. And I took the liberty to get Judy one of these for her leadership on the project for the Ben Franklin project. Somebody to try that. We had many new members this year. Their names are up here. We had 25. Will, where's Will? 25 members this year. That's amazing. How about a round of applause for that? 25 new members is quite an achievement, and these are the people that you see on the screen. I won't take the time to read their names, but welcome all of you, and especially those of you who joined today. We're glad to have you. I would like to also recognize and memoriam those people who we lost this year. Dave Hopkins, John Hughes, Steve Lewine, and Dave Zimmerman. People that have been very, very involved. I don't believe I ever met Dave Hopkins, but I knew the other three. I knew Steve and Dave quite well, and I met John, who went by Mike on a number of occasions, and my wife, Mary Lou, knew John. She introduced me to it. She said, watch out for him, he's coming to Rotary, and be sure to introduce yourself, and I did. And I'm sorry to hear that he is no longer with us. At this time, I would like to ask Teresa to come up. She has something.
Would the past presidents please join me up front? runs the show. On behalf of all the past presidents, we are very honored to give you the 50th anniversary hat. It's the last one, but you have deserved it this year. And congratulations, super past president.
Didn't know I was going to be doing this, so I'm going to give $20 to Haley Elementary for the privilege. I'd like to say something about Denton's outstanding leadership this year. First of all, it's important that you all know that I sponsored Denton when he joined Rotary, so I get credit for Denton. I've been a Rotarian for 20 years, and I visited Rotary with friends even prior to that. I have seen a lot of our Rotary past presidents in action, and what occurred to me is that we all bring our unique talents, interests, and personalities to the job. Don Starman and Rob Eisler brought their humor. Julie Martineau and Clay brought us great ideas for Rotary House. Jeff Early, Ryan Mathis, and Ralph Schrader brought their financial expertise and some extreme intolerance for past dues. Teresa and Kay brought much needed organization and great communication skills and brought us her expertise in fundraising. And Zach, I wish he was here today, Zach brought us Zach in all his glory. But Denton brought us something brand new. He brought us his love for history, and he made it come alive with our Big Franklin project and his stories about Sam Houston and the history of our country and Texas. He taught us all something interesting every week as we celebrated our 50th anniversary of our club. And now, thanks to Denton, we left a time capsule for future club members to find in 50 years to help them understand the history of our club in this area. I think that Denton has been a fabulous president this year, and he'll go down in history as our history president. And I am very proud to have sponsored him to this club. So for the rest of you, you never know when you're sponsoring a new member if they will make the kind of impact that Denton has made. And I want us all to congratulate him for an amazing year.
Well, thank you very much. It's been a privilege to lead this club for the past year. You all are a fine group of people. I appreciate your friendship, each and every one of you. And I thank you for being here, and thank you for our work today. You have something to add?
Yep. I don't know that I can follow Jesus.
And I do have big shoes to fill in the future as a pro. What size shoe do you wear? I'm a 9, so I know you're probably 12 or 14. So, on behalf of the club, I want to present you this plaque. As president, we all appreciate all the work you've done this year, and then the board chipped in to get you a gift card. I forget where it's to, but anyway, we appreciate everything you did for us, and you've been a big inspiration. Your love. Full battery.
So you're not allowed to say anything else.
Yeah.
Okay, Andres has something from Rotary to Rotary. Come on, Andres.
Thank you. I know we're past overdue, but I would like to thank all of you, Rotarians and Rotary Club of Woodlands, for your support, your guidance, and your mentorship in getting Rotary started. So I see there's still a few left here. So Kay, Julie, and Suzanne, I think she led. They were instrumental in getting this club started, and together we imagined that we could create our Rotary Club, so we could create Open the World, and that would be the United Rotary
stage in Calgary to worldwide audience, everybody that was there. And thanks for just how Rotary had impacted his life and how our club came around him at a moment when his life was literally in jeopardy. And so what a great recognition and I want to say some publicity, further publicity that our club got nationally in front of a international Rotary audience. Todd?
My turn?
Todd Bryant, welcome.
Okay, so in honor of our little rivalry between UT and A&M over the whole year, I wanted to provide you a little gift with some Aggie jokes. Yeah. Now there were some highs and lows over the year. The lows were when A&M let UT win that football game. But there were some highs when I found out that Denton, as a UT student, had to use textbooks written by Texas A&M professors. So, an Aggie, a Longhorn, and a Red Raider go to the Olympics. When they reached the ticket booth, they said, 3 tickets, please. And the booth workers cracked up. They said, boys, this Summer Olympics has been sold out for years. The only way you're getting in here is if you're a competitor. Dejected, they left and part ways. An hour later, the Red Raider came back in shorts carrying a manhole cover. They asked, are you a competitor? And he said, yes, I'm a competitor. I'll be competing in the discus. And they allowed him in. 30 minutes later, arrived a Longhorn, and he had a 30-foot piece of PVC pipe. And they said, are you a competitor? He said, yes, I'm a competitor. I'm competing in the pole vault. And they let him in. Another hour goes by, and here comes the Aggie. He's got barbed wire wrapped around him tight like a mummy. He's bleeding, he's scarred, and he can barely see when he arrives at the gate. They ask, are you a competitor? He says, yes, I am. And the man with the clipboard turns to him and says, what event? And the Aggie says, fencing. What's the difference between the Aggie football team and Rice Krispies? Rice Krispies know what to do in a bowl. Gift. 3 Aggies are hiking through the woods when they encounter a set of tracks. Those are bear tracks, the first Aggie proclaims. You're an idiot, the second Aggie says. Those are deer tracks. You're both wrong, the third Aggie says. They're fox tracks. They were still arguing when the train ran them over. And finally, why are so many Aggie jokes one-liners? So the UT students can remember them. Okay, so we raised $63 for polio today, which is great, thank you. And our gift certificate today is from the Ome, I'm going to pronounce this right now, Ome County Cafe.
Close enough.
Close enough. They sponsored Rotary After Hours meetings before, so, all right. Denton, I'll have you draw our ticket. Okay, our winning number is 501-2850. 501-2850.
Winner.
Hey, all right, awesome. Okay, and this is my last sergeant in arms, I guess. So it's been an honor to serve you guys, and thanks for laughing at my crappy jokes.
Okay, if you would all stand, we will close with a 4-way test. This meeting ran a little long. I want to apologize for it. We had a lot of people to recognize and a lot of good business to do and celebrate a great year. So we will finish off as we always do. I don't have it up on the screen, but we know it. Everything that we think, say, and do. Number 1, is it true? Number 2, is it fair and well concerned? Number 3, will it build goodwill and better friendships? Number 4, will it be beneficial, well concerned? And for our club, is it fun? Thank you for being here, and we are dismissed.